Only 2 more presentations to go. The next presentation is by Rebecca Kochs. She started her PhD in 2009 with the School of Maori Studies. Her supervisors are Peter Edds and Dr. James Bellage. Rebecca is originally from Germany and has lived in New Zealand for 2.5 years, which she really enjoys. In Germany, Rebecca worked for several cultural institutions and museums and developed an exhibition concept. In her free time, which is rare, she enjoys cooking, meditation, and archery. For Rebecca, archery is not about hitting the target. It is about a process of feeling tension and release. Rebecca.
Kia ora, everybody. So here you can see my title, The Others. I think it always depends on the perspective where you're talking about. The others, that could be Maori people, and the others, that could be the settler population that entered New Zealand in 1840. Have you ever asked yourself how the early settlers must have felt like when they were arriving in New Zealand? I did. And I tried to find some literature about it, and to be honest, the literature is really, really rare. So what I have found out by reading was mainly that Maori supplied the settlers with food, and there was no shelter for the settlers when they arrived. Even further, I found out that the settlers, or the first settler boat, was the Tory, which arrived just around here the corner at Petone Beach. And they arrived in winter. I think you all know what Wellington winter means. We have experienced that the last couple of days quite intensively. So it was cold, it was rainy, there was no shelter, there was just nothing what the settlers were hoping for. There was no God's country. And the biggest surprise for those settlers was that there were other people living here, that they were Maori. So what do? I try to find out how these early settlers arranged their living with Maori on a personal level of experience. So how do I do that? I look at early settler diaries and journals, like this example, what you can see up here. That's the original diary that I have been reading, and it took me quite a while. And I try to find out how these settlers saw Māori from their perspective, which is quite different when we're looking at official government publication or publication from the colonization societies. So what have I found out? I have found out things like this here. This, what you can see up here, is an example of a diary, and it gives us the first impression that one settler had after he arrived in New Zealand. And you see the kindness with which the natives received his desire to be recorded. All had smiling faces and outreached arms, which made a strong impression of all our feelings. So this example is one of many that I have found that indicates that the relationship between settler and Māori has been very positive up to a certain point, which I define as the Taranaki Wars, where the relationship changes into a negative perception. So I have found out that settlers learned Māori language really fast. They adopted their language, they knew about cultural concept, they were trading with Māori. Māori, on the other hand, got engaged with the settlers. So all in all, we can say they were defining a new cultural space. So these pictures there up here should illustrate for you what I mean by saying we have on the one hand a settler couple, British, really settled, just not fitting really into this rural world here. Then we have down here a Pākehā Māori, which is a Pākehā person who turned into a Māori. Thank you.
Kia ora, Rebecca. Thank you for giving us that very fascinating glimpse into early intercultural relations in this country, a very important part of the history of this country. And I think you conveyed that very well. And I'm very pleased to see that your very open conversational style is much easier for us to understand than the diaries and the writing that you had to try and decipher in your research. So very well done. Thank you.